Welcome to this introductory video on Apogee, and it's something I think you're going to absolutely love, so make sure you watch it right to the end. We're really excited about Apogee, and when you first go to log in, you'll be faced with something similar to this, although we will provide the option to log into the old system. So let me just go ahead and log into the Apogee, the new Apogee ParkLogic dashboard. When you first take a look at the Apogee dashboard, it looks very similar to the old Next system. That being said, you've got your daily data at an account level and also the monthly results, and you can highlight each one of the bars and it'll tell you exactly what's going on or change to a different sort of period of time. So that's all very, very easy to do, and you've got your daily statistics. Behind that, we have the demographics data. And in the demographics data, for the account overall, it will show you exactly where the traffic's coming from, the device operating system, device size, is it a cell phone or is it desktop, and so forth. All these different things will be available at your fingertips. And likewise, you can always get the domain report as well. So nothing's really changed in terms of the interface that most ParkLogic customers will be very familiar with, except you will notice there's a few different things, such as in the top right-hand corner of each one of these objects on the page here is there's two little icons. And the two little icons, the first one here looks like a table of data, and it will display that table of data for that particular object. So if you're thinking, show me the numbers, then you can go and get the numbers. And there they are for you. Or this icon here allows you to then, if it clicked on that, it would download the data that made up this particular chart. Yeah, so it's really quite straightforward, the way they function, each one of these objects here, whether it's a chart, bar chart, area chart, or a table of data. But there's one important distinction. In the top right-hand corner, there's a little gear wheel there. And the little gear wheel allows us to go into Design View. In Design View, I can sort of say, well, I don't like the way this is designed. I want it to be a little bit different because my screen's a little bit different in size. So why don't I go along and make the table a little bit bigger? Why don't I go and move the monthly down? I want to see an exaggeration of the daily data chart. So I can then click on the design view, and there it is. Well, then I sort of can say, now I don't really like that. What I'd like to be able to do is change things around completely. So let's just move the charts up here. And I can move the daily data and have it the table and stretch it right out. And let's make this a little bit bigger and make them all a little bit bigger, in fact. And away I go. So I can change it to be whatever I want it to be. And that's a really important thing, is that the thing we found is that a lot of interfaces, they're very static and they may not use all the space on the screen that you have available. Or they may use too much and you're constantly scrolling all over the place. So this is a very simple way. You can actually design each one of these tabs to be exactly the way you want it to be. So I can then just drag this over here and swap them around and say, look, I'm really more interested in device size. I'm going to put this one down here and so forth. And that's great. And there it is. And that's really good and everything. But what I'd like to be able to do is create a completely new tab. So you can just click on the plus symbol. And it'll be a part of the main dashboard system. And I'm going to call it demonstration, demo. I can change the color of the tab. Let's make it nice and green. And I can put it, sort order is from left to right. So I can just make it 50 in size if I want. And I can click on the icon to get us back. And there's the demo tab. So I can click on the demo tab if I want to. Instead of the dashboard doesn't have any objects on it at the moment. If I want to, then I can click on the edit view, and I can say, I actually want to be here. So you can drag the tabs around if you want to, and change the order. Or instead of being there, I can drop to the left, and so it's going to start up looking at the demo tab. So I could put this tab anywhere I like. But at the moment, it looks pretty boring because it doesn't have anything on it. So let's go and see if we can move some things around. So I want to create a tab with some different things on it. So let's take a look at the summary table. And you'll notice that there's some icons. Each one of these objects has 4 icons. Now I'll take a look at the top left one, right one is the deletion icon. So I'll delete that from that particular tab, or I can copy it. So I can just say, okay, let's just copy this one. And there it is at the back there. And what I can also do is there's 2 other icons. And the first one is I can edit the features of this object. So let's just go ahead and edit the features of the object. And in this view, I can decide what page it needs to be on, the main dashboard, that's fine. Instead of the summary tab, I'm going to put on the demo tab. And it has monthly account data. The title is monthly. And I can change the chart type too. I don't like that. I want to make it an area chart. And submit. And if I click on demo, there it is. So we've now put a new chart, and we're now beginning to create our own dashboard. And I can create my own dashboard from and change the charts in this dashboard to my heart's content. So if I want to, I can say instead of an area chart, let's make it a line chart. And by the way, I can also specify its exact width in pixels or the exact position on the page if I want to. The API call is what call is used to extract this data. It's from ParkLogic, it's the account, and it's monthly chart data. So let's go take a look at this now. And get our design view. And now it's a line chart. Yeah, so there's a great amount of flexibility in being able to build your own dashboards. And you can create whatever you like. And in fact, if we take a look at the design view again, what we can do is we can look at all the different types of objects. There's lots of different objects here that you can place on the page if you want to. Or what I can also do is next to that is the API calls. And there's a lot of different API calls. And you may say, well, this is all very technical and everything like that. And it's very complicated. We've made it super easy. Really, really easy dealing with API calls. So if I'm on this page, I can then say, let's go and add an object. Say, let's add the parking crew stats. And now it's going to go along and say, I'm going to put it on the main dashboard in the demo tab. Jump back. And now I've got the parking crew data. So if I click off it, and that's actually been pulled from Parking Crew and displayed on this page. So you can actually pull data from any source. And you may say, well, how did it know my login details and everything for Parking Crew? In the account area and profile, there's external APIs. And here's some just example data right here for you. So for the login details, that is. So what have I gone through? What it means is this: you can create any single dashboard you want. You can pull data in from any source you want. You can then display it in any way you want. So if I don't like the Parking Crew data the way it is, I can just go to Design View, click on the object icon, and I want it to be a column chart. And bingo, now we have a column chart. Yeah, so we can pull data in from any source. And the sources could be even as far-fetched as your registrar. They could be news sources. So you have your latest news in here. We can pull the data from anywhere and display it in a table, in a chart, in a pie chart, whatever you like. We can actually put that data together. Yeah, so we're really excited about Apigee, and this is some of the things it can do, and we're going to be releasing a lot more features in the coming months of all the different aspects of it. And I should mention a couple of things. In the help menu for everything, there's always a help. You can get access to information on help. So objects, you can say object, adding a new object. That sounds good. Then it'll tell you exactly how to add a new object. Everything about that. And that's really obviously very useful. Also in there's feedback. So you can go and say, I'd love to get some feedback. I can sort of say things such as, I found a bug. Is it a bug? The bug report. Or I've got an enhancement idea. A great idea for you. So there's all different things which are available. Yeah, so, and it's all a part of the Apigee interface. Well, that's the introduction to Apigee. It's got a lot of features and it's incredibly powerful. But we see this as just the beginning of something greater and greater and greater. And we'll be adding more and more components to Apigee across the months ahead for the rest of this year at the very least. So, if you want to be able to use Apigee in your business and be inspired about the domain industry once again, then make sure you go and click the sign up button. We would love to have you part of the ParkLogic domain investment community and receive your feedback on how we can make Apigee even better than it already is. Thank you for your time.